Today we'll be playing Hi-Fi Rush. It's our first time. He loved it. Oh, and we made a weird drink because I had very little time because he changed the game last minute. So this is his fault, not mine. Cheers. You'll find out what we're drinking later on.
There's a little hint of something that is good, then immediately followed by bad. Like the first little hit is like, this is pleasant, and then just
there's that. It
like
begins
the
with
worst, the second worst beer I've ever had.
That's IPAs for you.
An error has occurred. Please proceed to the checkpoint.
Okay, checkpoint. Where's that? Don't worry. Probably no big deal.
Immediately turn around and go the wrong way, as I do in every video. I jumped so high.
Did you come to check out what a great job I did stacking these boxes? Or were you looking for the exit?
You know what? Fair enough.
You just got destroyed. You'll never recover.
Take him in. Is that a weapon? I don't think so. I think he's resisting. Wait, what?
Accurate. So much better comparison. Like, all of a sudden, this is really good.
See, you gotta finish that thing.
There genuinely was a couple
This is
times.
your fault. You brought this on yourself, Ethan. I had a drink planned out that would have been good, and you changed the game. Go for some chai.
I got some Thai at this one place by my house that I remember being really good. We went there and it said open still, but as we walked in, I noticed on the door that it said it closed at 7. It's like 7:30. I walked in and there's no lady there, and I'm like, "Are you open?" And she's just like,
guy that did this?
"Yeah, we're open." And then we get the food, and it was awful and very clearly made in a rush, and like all of the stuff was like not cut up properly, and I'm just like, I don't think I'm ever gonna come here again. I'm really annoyed right now.
So were they.
I'd rather you just told me to fucking leave.
Are you gonna kill the dog? Hey guys, he tried to kill the dog. Cancel
Tried
him.
to pet the dog, it didn't let me. Tried to pet the dog with a metal guitar.
Cancel him.
Hello there. Can I
You're right. It should be okay to hit dogs.
Listen,
If you need help.
my biggest complaint with Skyrim is I can't murder the children. Shut the fuck up, Giles.
Okay, the reason why it's funny is I saw that it was going to happen and then it happened.
What's the defect? Looks suspicious. Could be. You look
People that just got fully replaced, or are these fully robots?
No, they said he's a defect, so I think he was meant to be roboticized. I mean, yeah, this game's not light. What I've heard. Like, it's lighthearted, but it's still dark game with lighthearted bits.
Mac. 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 Stories. Do you have any good stories from being in Yellowstone?
Oh gosh.
Okay, of Yellowstone, what I remember. You were at Yellowstone.
Yes.
Yellowstone was very horny / drunk.
Yes.
You did not like those things.
Oh, I was okay with the drunk part, but it was more the fact that it was everyone there was always those things, and like if it's just every once in a while, sure, whatever. But yeah, with everyone being always horny and or intoxicated, it definitely got a bit old.
I will say, you can tell the story because I do think
Yeah.
it's funny. You fucked with a guy, making him think that there was Hawaii?
Oh no, that's a different job.
That was a different job.
Yeah.
What was that?
Okay, so this was back when I was in college. I'll tell this story.
I'm an autistic person who cannot tell people are lying to me, and it's easily. I've been told many times I'm very gullible. When I hear the stories, like, if that was done to me, I would be, like, really annoyed. But at the same time, it was harmless.
Yeah. So, it was a college summer dorm repair job, and so we were just doing painting.
Do a side scroller.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was really expecting it to be the credits sequence. But yeah, anyways, I was working at a summer dorm repair for my college, and then one of my coworkers though ends up going on vacation to Hawaii. And then one of my other coworkers comes in late that day, and only hears that they're in Hawaii and didn't hear anything else. So he's like, "Wait, so why are they in Hawaii?" I'm like, "Oh, they're on vacation." He knows I'm someone who messes with people and might lie because I think it's funny to lie about pointless things. So because of that, he goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "No, she's in Hawaii for our satellite campus. We have a satellite campus? Oh yeah, Google it." He doesn't Google it, and I'm aware of that. So I realize there's a chance he believes in me that I said that, because I said that. So I have now a really dumb idea. Let's take this further. And I realize if I keep bringing this up, he will not trust me. However, this is where it becomes bad. I get one of my friend and coworkers I get two of my friends and coworkers to talk amongst themselves about the Biola satellite campus. That's where I went to college. The Hawaii satellite campus, and just have him just talk about it when he walks in the room, so that he will overhear this and think I'm telling the truth. It works. And basically, as that summer job goes on, slowly every other person on the job gets in on the joke, until the point where, like, he doesn't find this out until, like, the last week of the job. Because we had been keeping this joke going. We almost went to, like, a Kinko's and printed out. I came up with the idea of what we'd print out. We were going to print out a document that said, interested in going to, Hawaii? Like, check out our satellite campus. And, like, for our summer classes, we had this whole thing planned out. And then all you'd have to do, because we were doing dorm repair, me and like three of the other people would always get there first, because we tried to, like, some of us would go ahead to the other set. So if we're finishing up one dorm, half of, like, maybe three of us would go ahead to the next dorm. So we were thinking, we just go to the next one and sprinkle a few of those papers in different dorm rooms, and statistically, he will stumble upon one of them and see it and be even more convinced. We didn't end up doing that just because none of us really wanted to go to Kinko's and print out a bunch of things, but we had come up with all of the layers of it. And it still convinced him. When he finally found out, he looked really defeated and just said, "I don't think I can trust anyone ever again." And I felt kind of bad. But then during the semester, I did see him again, and he was chill with me. So I think it was okay. I think he understood that it was harmless. Jacob, I hope you're doing alright. But yeah. I don't know, we might have done some other messings with him. I think we did. He was very trusting, and it was like, you're going to eventually be in the real world where people aren't going to be as kind. And so just like, that's the way I convinced myself what I was doing was acceptable behavior. We all convince ourselves what we're doing is acceptable behavior. Just some people are actually doing acceptable behavior. Don't need to convince themselves.
I have a clear memory of a customer coming in, and I had seen him before. He'd come in a few times. He was sort of a regular. He never bought anything. I think he was just someone who had some mental handicaps, and he'd just come in on his walk around. And there's one time he came in, he's like, "Can I use the bathroom?" And I was like, "No, we don't have public restrooms anymore." And that is a different story that I will tell after this.
Jump and press Y.
Yeah, when I told him he didn't have a public restroom, he then looked at me and immediately peed himself. Just right at the checkout of the store.
Well,
And I all I could do is look at him, just like leave. I just told him to leave. I couldn't.
What is it, Chad? And you told him off?
He did what I always wanted to do. Yeah, the reason why we didn't have a public restroom anymore is, well, yes, people would go in there and just do drugs, or people would go in there and stuff. But more than once, we'd go in there and there'd be shit just smeared on the walls.
Power's out.
That one was always interesting.
Could you fix it?
We did have one customer that the elderly couple came into the store and was like, "Do you have a public restroom?" And this was after we got rid of it. So we're like, "No, we don't." And they were like, "Oh, okay, whatever, it's fine." Then the old man of the couple went into the receiving area, like behind the employees only doors. And I wasn't there, but from what I've heard, he took a shit on the floor. He just took off his pants and shit on the floor.
Oh no, you just described 2 Chads to me.
My manager had to clean it up.
Did you like your manager?
I did. I liked
Goddamn.
him. He was a nice dude, good manager.
The jig's up! Rekka knows we blew it! I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to get angry. It won't happen again. Let us go this time.
I used to work at a grocery store, and I was a cashier. And you know, as a cashier, like most customer service does, you kind of like start recognizing some people, like especially if they come there a lot. There's this one guy, and he seemed pretty cool. Come around, and he was just like, "You're better than this. You could be doing so much more, make more money than this." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, meet me at like this restaurant down the road, and like I'll discuss business." And, you know, as an 18-year-old kid, I was like, business. Hell yeah. Then I got there and it was absolutely like marketing pyramid scheme of selling. It wasn't knives, it wasn't
Fuck yeah!
vests,
You got in rhythm.
I stopped paying attention to the game. It was just a good story.
You still did better
Yeah.
somehow.
something. And yeah, it was just really awkward because he was still a regular. So, you know, he'd come in and I'd be like, I think I told him flat out, I'm like, that's a pyramid scheme. Like, no, it's not. So, I make money when you join, and if you get other people, then you make money. And I was like,
It's not a pyramid scheme. Gives the exact definition of a pyramid
yeah, I
scheme.
know. People who
It's the office bit.
wow, that was you should have done that.
No, he needs to dash to get in there.
I haven't actually figured out how to dash yet.
What?
It's
You
B, but nothing's happened.
No,
I'm
it's
pushing-
not. It's not B.
What is it then?
R1.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been dashing.
Okay.
Rhythm games are too hard. I want to relax, but you gotta time it right.
Is food ready?
Back to work.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
one more game.
It's just
Hello, welcome back. This is my 3rd attempt making a drink that's actually drinkable. And I realized that if we're doing Hi-Fi Rush and it's a bunch of like people overthrowing corporations, fuck yeah, we need it to be something cheap, something kind of shitty was my thinking. Some beer. I have a fucking can of beer. It's a hazy IPA. This is me spitballing awful ideas. So you just take a beer, add it to your beer stein. I don't care for the head on beer cans. I don't think it tastes as good as the beer itself. If you like it, sure, do that. Cool. Blue raspberry candy, and I turned it into this. It's a syrup because I boiled it. Alright, so I have half a can of beer. I have some fucking blue raspberry candy syrup, and I'm just gonna add the 2 fuckers together. There we go. That's drinkable. That's a better drink than any of the other drinks, and you have to trust me on that because you're not gonna see them. It's a can of hazy IPA, blue raspberry, and fucking orange juice syrup. Have a fucking diabetic coma and smile. It's blue raspberry beer. Drink it and fucking shut up.
So much so
I know you're
that
gonna
I
finish
have
your
it.
drink in one big gulp, like it's a 7-Eleven. You can do it. can't have gotten worse. Look, it was the can of beer that cost less than $1 per can.
Okay, I'm kind of sad that you don't have any left over. Cause I'm like, what would the blue raspberry taste like if I put it in the Mike's lemonade? But I can't do that. I just have to drink the IPA.
I'm gonna be honest. I tried those candy canes.
They were bad.
They were terrible.
Hey, look, exit. Told you this was easy.
That's bait, idiot. They're clearly expecting you.
With what? Nothing I can't
Yeah, change
handle.
really that much faster.
See, just like.
Oh yeah,
I
so
thought.
work story. This isn't mine, it's Matthew's, but he's not here. So he came into Office Depot once, which is where I worked, and he saw our manager in the back. To this point, he walks in, sees my boss coughing and choking, dying. He's like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Do you need help?"
Here,
And I'm just like, "Fuck you, Matthew!" And just incredibly angry. Matthew just leaves. And in the later stage, from Mike's point of view, he and some of the other managers are back there doing the one chip challenge. Takes it, starts like dying, but like trying to be a man about it, but
Project Armstrong.
burning in pain. And Matthew just runs back there, and his little squirrely self is like, "Oh my God, can I help you? You know, I will never do the one chip challenge again. Once was enough."
Yeah, I've not done it once, and I don't think I want to do it once. Like, I like spice as a flavor, as a thing to be enjoyed, even if it is painfully hot. Like, there's a level of that which is fun and tasty. Original song.
I like defense.
That's good.
I like how they taste.
Oh, that's bad.
More convinced that these robots are people that just got fully converted.
We have been talking over the plot, so let's just say it is. Because you know what? We decide what canon is.
Let's rock, big boy.
There is no free will. You only get into heaven if God wants you to. That you are some people are predetermined to go to heaven, and others are predetermined to go to hell, and it's just like.
Which, by the way, if you think God is omnipotent, then yes, that's true.
Yeah, and it's just like, nah, that's no, not a fan of that one.
You're not a fan, but let's be honest, if God is omnipotent, then that's just factually true. He already knows everything that's going to happen.
I think that their argument is often not just that, but also that this is his intent. It's also just like, why would you be like, yeah, let's make a hell, and I want to just have half of these people suffer forever, because that'd be funny.
Well, that's just normal Christian.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I grew up Christian, never believed in hell.
Mormons believe in the three heavens. So better people get better heaven.
You got a killer track.
Are Mormons the one that believes that you get your own permanent? Is that still Jehovah's Witnesses?
No, that is
Every song's gotta end.
yeah. The top tier of kingdoms is just you get to create.
You get to be your own little god.
I thought Mormons were all women are eternally popping out babies, or is that also Jehovah's Witness? They're the same
I
one.
haven't heard that one.
I remember hearing that one of them, it's women are eternally pregnant and popping out babies. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's the thing.
Yep. If that's wrong,
By the way, I love our first episode with real good audio immediately dives into religion.
oh yeah, because fuck it, why not?
Alienating huge chunk of potential audience.
Exactly. That's what you want. I mean, they're not going to go back and watch this episode. What are the odds? They're going to watch the first one and go, "This is awful." Orange cats are inherently dumber than black cats.
Black cats are like pretty smart. I heard like Siamese are really smart cats. But yeah, like, orange cats are notoriously stupid.
I didn't think I pressed that button, but I guess I just used it at the last hit of the battle.
Come on, this is more fun. And as long as Rekka doesn't.
So, do they want to kill you because you are like they try to claim that they have no defects, and the fact that you exist means they kill you to make sure.
Oh, like how Disneyland will rush you out of the park if you have lethal injuries and you die in the park.
Oh yeah, no. If you die at Disneyland, you won't be pronounced dead till you've left the area. And so technically, no one's ever died there, even though people have died on rides. I know because I was fucking. Oh, that's a story.
You were fucking.
No, someone died at Disneyland in the train behind my train. Yeah, I will tell that story later on, but that's a story for you guys.
Okay.
It's just such a fun rhythm. Another really fun rhythm game. I don't know if you guys ever played it. Was Space Stream.
No,
That's for the DS. Neither of you had
I
DS.
didn't ever own a
I did not
Nintendo
have a
console.
DS.
With I didn't own a Nintendo console until my brother ended up picking up a NES when I was like 17, I think. My brother is cool enough to have beaten Battletoads, so you know that's something.
The only thing I know about Battletoads is people pranked at GameStop by calling and asking for Battletoads.
And then they actually did release a Battletoads recently, and so then people could actually do that. So yeah.
Yeah, they recent like Space Invaders is like it's a 2D shooter, shoot 'em up, like where you're like those old like arcade
Yeah.
games where you're on the bottom and you back and forth.
You mean like Space Invaders?
Yeah, I've never played it.
I've played Space Invaders. I've not played that version.
Well, they released a new one for the Switch.
I like how the statue's face changes as you eat it. I will say, he reminds me of Handsome Jack a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. You played through all the Borderlands recently, right?
I haven't completed 3 because the person I was playing with, life stuff happened, our schedules don't line up much. But I've played through all of Borderlands 1 and its DLCs, all of Borderlands 2's its DLCs, all of Borderlands 3, but not all of its DLCs. I would say definitely play all of Borderlands 2, all of its DLCs. Some are more fun than others, but they're definitely worth checking out, especially if you love Borderlands. Do not play Borderlands 1. Just don't. If you want to, fine. Play Borderlands 1 story, and then play the Claptrap DLC. Do not touch any of the other ones. I want to like Borderlands 1, but it just got insufferable.
It gets very grindy, and like the combat, the enemies get too strong compared to you pretty easily without doing a lot of grinding.
Borderlands 3 gameplay is phenomenal. I think the actual playing the game, no story, just playing mindless shooting. Borderlands 3 is the way to go. Story of Borderlands 2 is much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Isn't Borderlands 2 really good because they were supposed to develop a different game and they siphoned all the money?
Stanley Pitchford, famous pedophile, did use the budget of Aliens Colonial Marines to instead make Borderlands 2. Did you guys hear about how much money was lost due to people being non-productive during the eclipse? Think about that. But how much you could fuck up the economy if you did that again? If it's that easy to fuck up that much of the economy, come on, guys. Everyone needs to quit their job. Everyone needs to apply for Medicaid as well, and all of those benefits.
I get annoyed when games have fall damage. I've been playing Deep Rock Galactic, and the main way I've died is through fall damage. And you may say, just watch where you're going, and I say no. I saw a dirt wall, I was like, I can dig through that, and I started to dig through it, and then I fell 10 stories. I was like, that's a big cave down there. Cool.
Yeah, no, I don't like fall damage. I was playing Lies as well, and there was a whole thing where you have to walk you're climbing rafters, and the rafter beams are super tiny, and those things are hitting you, and they shove you off when they hit you, and it took forever to get back.
I think this might ruin our theory about them being people.
Fuck you.
Because we also saw these parts being made earlier out of bags of trash. Unless those were human bodies in bags of trash.
I mean, hey, that sounds like a human body to me. Human bodies are just bags of trash.
I didn't say original series, but I said old generation.
Not the next generation, the old generation. It's like, yeah, no, I think that works the same way that it's World War One, even though that's not what it was called at the time. Now it's
One of my favorite jokes is like the time driver was like, "Oh yeah, World War One." Like, do you mean World War One?
Yeah. No, originally they called it the Great War because it was so great.
So great they had to have a sequel.
Exactly. We really need to finish this trilogy. It's the sort of thing where war really isn't the going. It's hard to do a war that actually is trying to instill a change. Like, that's why the CIA exists. We just peacefully overthrow their governors, at least peacefully on our soil, by causing mass strife in the location and instilling a dictator that we want there. We're ready at politics and religion. Wow, that took no time at all. But, like, yeah, no, like, war is not the most effective way. You instead just assassinate their political leaders and try to frame it as an uprising of the populace, even though it's not, and it only benefits the ultra wealthy. If you're watching this, CIA, go fuck yourself. But also, hi, thank you for giving us a view.
I do think it's funny to say that permanently banned from PayPal.
You're that toxic they banned you on PayPal.
Oh, you poor lad. Must be delusional from the fall. I am not your enemy.
Nice guy. Stop beating him up.
Sometimes beating up good guys gives you help. I need help.
You can also break the barrels down there.
Apparently you cannot climb the ladder or drive the forklift. You are not forklift certified. Which, by the way, I'm not forklift certified.
Yet
I keep driving the forklift to work though. Under supervision, they're calling it practice.
Yeah, dude.
there was a person at a place I worked at. This person, this individual who will remain nameless and genderless,
I can overload those enemy barriers.
got in trouble and got written up. This person might be very delusional, and by might be I mean is delusional. So this person had previously accused someone at my job of poisoning them. They ended up going to the doctor, and they had not been poisoned. And they think everyone hates them, and the world is against them. So they get written up, and so as a person talking with them, they just go like, "You can't fire me! You can't fire me!" And the boss is just like, "I am the boss. Yes, I do have that permission to. It is in my power to do so as your boss. But that's not what this is about. I'm just letting you know that what you did is bad, and you need to not do that." And then delusional person started clutching their heart as if they were having a heart attack. And then
Because they realized, like, could in theory be fired.
possibly. And then, like, we kind of stopped for a second, and they immediately stopped clutching their chest as soon as they stopped getting talked to. And it just, what's going on here? And then, yeah, the boss is like, so just don't do these things, okay? And then, like, will you sign the paper that says we've had this talking? Sure, okay. Because I'm only HR adjacent, then the person wants to have the actual meeting with the head of HR, because I'm just an HR assistant. So talking with HR, that delusional person says that, yeah, the boss threatened to fire me and all these terrible things. I'm like, no. So I bring up like, no, I wrote notes down during this meeting, and you said that he couldn't fire you, and he said no, it is within his power to do so, but he didn't say he was going to. And then they just start giving me the meanest death glare the entire rest of that meeting, and it's like every time they're done talking, they just look at me with a "I could kill you right now" look. And I'm just like, okay. this is weird. This hasn't happened to me before. And after that's over, apparently they start going around to people and saying, "Don't trust David. He's a liar." And yeah, so apparently that person hated my guts and thinks I'm a liar because I read off what notes I had taken about them. So afterwards is when I found out that they had accused someone of poisoning them, and then they got tested. After they accused that person, they went to a hospital and found out no, they weren't.
At my second job, I'd been working there for 2 years at this point, and I had been through several, I don't know what the term would be, minor managers. Like, there's the main store manager, and then there's the person above me. And that position swapped out a lot. Like, every 3 to 6 months, there'd be a new person in that position. And so the guy came in, and he started giving a spiel, and I'm like, hey, you're going to say X, Y, Z, go through the plan. Like, he's like, yeah, that's my entire speech. I was like, yeah, I know. You're not the first new manager who's going to come here and say you're changing stuff up. No, you're not. And you will be gone within 6 months. And he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just like, hey man, you need to show me respect. I could fire you. I went, no you can't. The main boss can fire me. And he's like, well, I can tell him to fire you. And I went, you do that. You see how that goes.
If word of advice, if you're ever at a job and they say, this job has a lot of upwards mobility, that means this is a job that no one wants to stay at. This is not a stable place that anyone's going to be here for very long. That said, if you are at a place where you hear that, why not take advantage of that often upwards mobility? And
I do want to point out that none of the bosses left because they were fired or anything. They just found better jobs and moved on.
yeah.
But the main boss did pull me to the office and reprimanded me for scaring the new manager. It's apparently telling him that you're not going to last here more than about 6 months really freaked him out.
Yes.
My boss didn't like that. I was like, I mean, it's true. Let me count through them. They don't last more than 6 months. He's like, yeah, you can't tell them.
Yeah, no, your boss is correct at stopping you from doing that. Can I get through there?
Not yet.
I feel I can.
That is an invisible wall, my friend.
And not.
It's a very visible wall.
You're gonna die.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I have an English degree, so I made a mistake. I did somehow end up in accounting in an HR adjacent position, but I don't know how that happened. I worked temp jobs, and then I ended up there somehow.
All this time, and I'm a stubborn loser. Also, Peppermint is way cooler than me. Yo, what the?
Still doubting?
But you made me say that. Couldn't Vandalay have designed this for, research or something?
Only you wouldn't find this suspicious. The point is, they can, and I need to stop that.
Well, I wish you could.
I've had conversations with my coworkers like that about like unionization and stuff. Like the company doesn't do that, but they can. They wouldn't.
I have no
I
idea
mean, they
what
would,
and feel a little
but they can't right now.
things up.
In theory, they can.
Great.
That's just the kind of conversation with my coworkers. I'm like,
Yeah.
they don't. They're a good company. They're a good company because they're in a field that could easily be unionized.
Hey, Chai.
What now?
Not leveling up?
Sorry, I need to pet the cat.
Oh, okay.
I bet if you could talk, you'd say I looked pretty cool back there.
Disco Elysium is the best personality, or at least political test. It's the best political alignment test.
What's your political alignment test result?
Not
Not your actual political alignment. What did you
yes.
get from the test?
So I wasn't playing it fully seriously till about halfway through. Originally, I was like, whatever the funniest option was, I was picking. But by the end of it, I was like, anarchist cop and apocalypse cop. I think I got most.
Anarchist cop. I'm sorry. What?
So the plot of Disco Elysium, which I'll probably make you guys play, is you wake up in your hotel room and have no idea who you are, and you step out of your hotel room and the someone is standing on the balcony next to your hotel room and goes, "Good morning, officer." And then it's a dialogue game, and one of the options is, "I'm a policeman?" We should come down here
I
so we can
don't
speak into the mic.
technically own any of them.
Yeah.
I have a license to play them,
Mhm.
but like technically speaking,
Oh,
if I
once
die,
again-
I can't give my library to anybody.
If you guys care about this shit, I think it's Stop Killing Games. There's a guy named Ross who's started a legal petition about this, based kind of on the fact that Ubisoft killed the game The Crew, and you can't even play it anymore. Look into Stop Killing Games. I think that's the thing.
Also, if you have it in your
yeah.
library, go message Ubisoft because they'll give you $100 voucher.
Wow. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Still do the other thing too, because fuck Ubisoft and take their money and then punish them. Though also make sure that you can still punish them after taking the voucher, because I don't know how legal things work, and there's a chance they'll be like, but you can't be part of that class
Really, what
action.
you need to do is elect an anarchist as president, so we can do away with these stupid ass copyright laws.
Vote for me.
Unfortunately, in the U.S., there's not a lot we can do because it's a French company, and so France is kind of the main place where the legal.
But if they're
stuff is
selling
going
stuff in over here, there's still some things that have to go on.
And a lot of it was just message your your
I'll be honest, I've
yeah.
not finished going through the Stop Killing Games thing. I just keep hearing about it, going, I need to do that. Now I have free time. I hopefully will. But it's a thing that if you care, you should probably pursue. If you guys are listening to a game soundtrack, download the game on Steam. Go into the search bar and search .mp3, .wav, .flac, and you might have the MP3s or WAV files, and you can just play them on your computer. Fallout New Vegas and Kentucky Route Zero both have the entire game soundtrack in the files. So always look for them. You might have them.
I feel like for most people who are buying a game soundtrack as a DLC are mostly doing it to support the developers.
Yes, but if you just want to have the files so you don't have to use a streaming service, just check your files. You should check your game files on Steam and see what is hidden in there. It's also sometimes fun. There might be a funny README that you wouldn't ever notice. So check your Steam files.
That's if I want someone to like me, I have to create a fake version of me first, and then slowly reveal a real version. Because if I go in as the real me first off, people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
I always go real me first, and then I get told that I have a very punchable face or something along those lines. I don't remember who said that, but it was someone.
In my defense, you said you were being annoying on purpose.
Yeah. It's not that new though anymore.
Okay, so the game is called In Stars in Time.
Yeah, I've not heard of this one ever.
If you can look it up real quick.
Stars in Time.
This is one of those popular games right now. So it came out in November last year.
Yeah, I've never heard of this before.
I know the ending, and as far as time loop games go, I love it.
Okay.
It's a similar popularity level of the incest game that he's been talking about, where a lot of people have been making videos on it.
I would like clarification for my incest game.
His incest game. He takes ownership of this incest game.
Yeah. Coffin of Andy and Lele. Yeah. I would say it's more of a cannibalism game than incest.
It's only an incest game in a few of the endings.
That's how he has described this game.
It's only incest in
He also
one
said
of the
that
endings.
it only made him want to vomit a few times.
Oh, I almost vomited with the cannibalism. The first time, understandable. After that, things go off the rails, and things just get worse.
Something I think would be fun is we try and speedrun a game that we've never played before and just upload it as an official speedrun, because they'll accept it. As long as you follow all the rules, it doesn't matter if it took you 3 fucking hours.
We have to pick an obscure game so we actually can get a Steam run achievement thing.
Well, I think we should all start the game at the same time and see who can beat it fastest.
Yeah.
But then we need 3 different recording setups.
No, we just get a camera behind us.
Line up 3 TVs.
Yeah.
I think for my next game, I might have you guys play Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
It's another
I remember you
underrated.
got into that one for a while.
Yeah, I play that. It's kind of similar to Hi-Fi Rush in the sense that you can basically control the other
Yeah.
guardians by like calling them.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Eidos. You made some pretty good games. I'm sorry you got killed by Embracer Group. I hope Embracer Group dies a violent fucking death. I want to see someone play the game without any knowledge of the game at all.
Like,
See-
get my dad to see how.
yeah,
far
like
I
something
can go.
like that. So someone who knows enough about how to play a video game, but without any knowledge of that game.
So like Marsh.
Marsh might have some secondhand knowledge.
I mean, it's
But-
hard not to have second knowledge of fucking Minecraft.
Yeah, it's the biggest
It's
game
like
of all
finding
time.
a juror for the Trump trial.
I mean, they also had trouble with finding the trial for OJ. They just had to find the people who were on the jury the previous time.
R.I.P. OJ.
Yeah, we're still making OJ jokes even though he died last episode.
They deserve to go to jail.
I mean, he killed his ex-wife and her current partner. I mean, you know.
Everything I've also seen, all the videos of him after that, he just appears crazy. You know, it's like that guy did murder.
Well,
someone.
at that point, you got nothing to lose. Might as
Yeah.
well let the crazy
Yeah,
out.
he got off the hook for murder, and everyone knew it, and so, you know, why not?
I did love the story of him releasing a book of If I Did It,
Mm-hmm.
but then because he still owed the family civil money,
Yes.
they were able to take control of the book,
Yeah.
but they weren't able to rename it. They just changed the font so that it was really small, so it's just I Did It.
Yes. I love that so much. That is the ultimate, like, loophole fuck you, which is the best kind of fuck you.
Yep.